Hi everyone, I'm here again with another episode of Movement for Quarantine, and I just keep meditating on the fire in the streets and the fire in everyone's hearts right now, and I'm with you feeling the transformation that's occurring in our society and even within our bodies. And so I want to acknowledge that that's happening within our bodies too. And so I put together a little quick movement series for opening the heart and connecting to the shoulders, the arms, and the hands, the things that we need to use. These are our tools for transforming reality, matter, materials, even relationships. So this is a quick one that should help really get your breath flowing, get your upper body open, and your heart willing. So we're going to do this standing. You can make sure that you have some room all around you to really move your arms. And we're going to start just by tracing the bones. So I'm going to start at my thumb and I'm going to trace along the inner line of my arm. Right? This is the inner part of my forearm through the bicep, that side of the arm, along the inner shoulder, and along the collarbone, all the way to my sternum. This line is interconnected through not only the way the bones are connected, also the connective tissue and the muscular fascial lines. Same thing I'm going to do on the pinky side. I'm going to trace along the pinky side of my hand, along the outer edge of my arm, around the elbow, the outer arm to the outside of my armpit, and slide it down. I'm going to find the very bottom tip of my shoulder blade. So find that bottom tip. And same thing here, that pinky edge of the arm is connected to the outer border of the shoulder blade. So when I roll my thumb down, if I allow the movement to flow through the arm, I'm allowing it to roll through my collarbone. If I roll my pinky finger and I slide it down, I'll be sliding the shoulder blade down, and vice versa. Pinky finger up, rolls the shoulder blade up. Thumb up, rolls the collarbones up. Let's do the same thing, just tracing along the other side, inner line of the arm, inner elbow, through the bicep, through the front of the shoulder. And you're just brushing and touching these connections so that your body and your nervous system are able to find some clear pathways all the way along the collarbone to where it meets the sternum. Same thing, pinky line, pinky finger, outer arm, elbow, just brushing gives the body a sense of what we're talking about, finding that shoulder blade tip. And tip of the shoulder blades are something we don't often use. We don't necessarily work from down there. We work often from the upper shoulders, the upper traps. So getting connected through the pinky line of the arm to the tip of the shoulder blade is a really powerful tool for powerful arms. So we have these two lines, the inner line of the thumb, the outer line of the pinky. We're going to take the arms out to the side. I'm going to roll my thumbs down and just feel that rolling of the collarbones, like a rolling pin rolling down along the front of my body. And then I'm going to feel how that also, my shoulder blades slide up the back when I do that. Pinky fingers up. Same thing other way. Thumb rolls up, collarbones roll up, pinky down, shoulder blades down. So just as you're rotating your arms, they could be a little bit lower, they don't have to be out to the side. Find this external and internal range of motion. Now oftentimes if you have a yoga practice, you'll often hear really roll your shoulder blades open, squeeze the shoulder blades together, palms facing forward. And as a Tadasana pose, as the beginning mountain pose, this is problematic for our posture, because this puts a lot of excess pressure in the muscles around the shoulder blades to hold this position. This is not posturally sustainable, right? We want range of motion. We want to be able to externally rotate and open the chest here, but I also want to have that internal rotation and allow my bones to glide inward whenever I need that reality, right? Sometimes we need to shape our hands this way or our arms this way. We have to open the back of our heart. So we're just feeling both ranges once or twice. Notice if when you twist the palms, does it continue through the arm or does it get stuck in the elbow? You stop twisting at the elbow and then your shoulder stays stuck. So really get that moving all the way through the upper arm bone into the shoulder joint and through the collarbones and shoulder blades. Take a deep breath. One more time. And just let that go. So now we're going to take palms facing outward, out to the side and up. Palms are going to connect at the top above your head. Lift your sides, lift your torso, lift your spine. Palms stay up as you bring the arms down. Just do that again. Palms staying up the whole time. They meet up top, and then you bring it down. One more time. Just taking that simple motion out and up, right? For some it's simple. Then palms face in. Take the back of the hands to touch. That might feel a little different for some of us. Back of the hands to touch. Really, my left one really doesn't want to do that. One more time. Back of the hands to touch. If you can't touch, maybe they're a little wider, that's okay. You're just trying to find that lift and the movement in the shoulder joint. And now we're going to take one arm at a time and do a backstroke, okay? So I'm going to start with my thumb on top. My thumb is on top. I'm going to keep my thumb on top as it goes behind me. My thumb stays on top. My palm is just twisted the other way as I take my arm all the way back. Sorry, plant. Other side. Thumb up, stays up as I twist that palm to face the other way. My hand is open. Thumb up, and it rotates my shoulders a little bit, my rib cage. Thumb up. And then we're going to change it. We're going to go pinky finger up. So this is awkward, right? We got to get those ranges differently. So palm is facing out here as I come up. Pinky finger is going to stay up. So my palm is going to now face the opposite side. It's facing that way as I come down, right? Pinky finger up. Pinky finger stays up. So I have to keep internally rotating my arm to come back. So this is a weird one. Can you get that stroke back, the pinky finger up? And that's just to really get clear about what we're doing, right? We usually will go into patterns that we're familiar with, but if we stick with the one range, right, that's internal rotation. Let's go back to external rotation, thumb up, thumb stays up, right? Collarbones swim too. Can you feel that range of motion through the collarbones? They're lifted and they're up. And then if we do that once more with the pinky, collarbones are rotated downward, shoulder blade has a little more width across the back, pinky finger up, and then come back down. Shake that out. Hopefully you're getting warm and you can feel the way the collarbones connect in and down to the sternum, right in front of the heart center. So as we're warming up the shoulders, warming up the rib cage and the spine, we're accessing some heat for the heart. So arms are going to come up and just let your left arm drop. My palm is going to face front. And I want to think about lifting my fingers. Each one of those fingers are going to rise up until my thumb lifts my collarbone, my pinky lifts my shoulder blade, and my first, second, third, fourth ribs, all this area is also going to get lifted from those fingertips. So then I just feel like I'm hanging from the ceiling. Get a big breath down into my waist. Feel that lift and then drop it. Both arms up. Right arm down. Palm faces front. And that left thumb and pinky finger are going to rise like I'm carrying a bunch of balloons and they're going to just lift me up. But I'm going to let it sequence through my arm, my collarbone and shoulder blade, and then feel the ribs lift. So I have a little bit of a bend over to the right, but it's really from this lift, not from actual pulling myself over to the right. Feel that spaciousness in the ribs, not because you're lifting the ribs, but because they're being lifted. And drop it out. Shake that out. And then we're just going to take the feet wide and take a little swing. Let your spine and your arms and your ribs and your collarbones and your shoulder blades all swing. Take a little twist. Shake it out. Let that come back to center. So one more here. We're going to take the hands out to the sides. We're going to take the palms face back so that hands are going to come, the back of the hands are going to come toward each other. And I'm just going to widen the shoulder blades as I bring the hands closer. Then I'm going to press the back of the palms, I'm going to press them backward and feel the shoulder blades glide together like I'm trying to hold a ball behind my back. And then again, I'm going to come forward, back of the hands together, rounding and broadening my shoulder blades. I don't want it to come up into my neck. So I'm really trying to drop that down and broaden across the back as I reach through the palms. Collarbones are rolled down, thumbs are down. And then press the palms together toward the back. This is going to, my collarbones are still rolled down, but I'm going to allow those shoulder blades to glide together in the back. Right? And then we're going to come back and reverse it. The palms are going to come together. Back of the hands are going to open back. Feel that external rotation in the shoulders as we move the arms and the spine. I'm taking a little bit of a curve in the upper back and an extension as I take the arms. Just feel that power of your spine as it moves with your arms. One more time. Let it go. Hopefully you're feeling it. And then there's just one more thing we're going to do here together. We're going to take the hands wide. So my thumbs are on top, pinky fingers on the bottom. But I want to notice if my hands are bent, my wrists are bending. And I want to keep those wrists straight in line with the forearms. So as I reach from my fingers outward, I'm going to broaden, not only through the collarbone. So I'm not going to press my chest forward. I'm going to let my spine stay neutral, just relaxing in neutral. And broaden from the thumbs through the collarbones, front of the shoulder. And then I'm going to also reach through the pinky fingers and imagine broadening across the back as well. So my hands are reaching, but they're not flat and my chest is not puffed forward. There's a sense of broaden in the back and the front. I'm just going to let my elbows dip a little bit, relaxing the elbows down, but my hands are still energized. And then reach again. Find that sequencing from fingers to shoulders and allow the heart to broaden through. This is not your spine, right? Just let your elbows bend. So we do this with an effortlessness and a sequencing mobility before we add weight, right? And you could add your cans of beans or a resistance band between the hands to get more weight and resistance. But without it, you can just find that reaching energy that connects your fingers to your shoulders, to your heart. Let's just let the elbows bend and the arms drop. Shake it all out. Oh, let your heart shake inside your rib cage. Let your shoulders wiggle. Let your neck wiggle. Let your arms shake out. So I hope that brings a little heat to your heart and a little opening across the shoulders, both front and back, and a wake up for the wrists and the hands. I know you're fighting the good fight. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you soon.